بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين، وأصلي وأسلم على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. ما بعد. explanation of a summary of العقيدة الحموية في ابن تيمية. فتح رب البرية بتلخيص الحموية للشيخ الإسلام ابن تيمية. شرحه إمام محمد بن صالح العثيمين. explained by إمام محمد بن صالح العثيمين. Chapter 23, Part 1, the categories of deviant people concerning the belief in Allah and the last day. The Prophet ﷺ, his companions, and those who followed them in righteousness is to remain on the straight path in knowledge and actions. Anyone who truthfully follows them with knowledge knows that they achieved and actualized the belief in Allah and the last day. They accepted this, the meeting of Allah on the last day, a certain truth. They were sincere doing their actions solely for Allah and following His legislation, not committing shirk, innovation, tahrif, not relying anything of the religion. As for those who deviated from their way, there are three groups. The people of Takyif, those who believe religious concepts are only imaginary, who do no real truth to them. Those of Ta'wil, misinterpretation, and the people of Tajhil. One, the people of Takyil, they are the philosophers and those who hold there to be hidden, concealed meanings behind everything. Many speakers are also of this group. The reality of the methodology is that whatever the Prophet came with regarding the belief in Allah and the last day are merely examples and imaginary concepts. They are not real at all. These concepts are only meant to take advantage of the common people, because it is said to them, "You have a great, all-capable, massive, powerful Lord, and there is a severe day before you in which you will be resurrected after you are dead, and you will be recompensed for the actions you do not know." If they are told this, then they will straighten themselves up and behave in the manner that is requested from them, even though there is really no truth to this, according to their claim. These people are divided further into two categories: the extremists and the non-extremists. As for the extremists, they claim that the prophets did not really know about such issues. Rather, the divine philosophers are the true ones to know the reality of these issues. So they profess that some of the philosophers are more knowledgeable about Allah and the final day than the prophets are. The prophets are certainly the most knowledgeable of all people regarding these matters. As for the non-extremists, they admit the prophets know the realities of these matters, yet at the same time they mention things to people that are imaginary and meant to attract the beliefs of people, not consistent with what is really true. The prophets do not do this for the benefit and the well-being of the people. So they allege that the well-being of the servants is only brought about through such deceptive means, which include declaring the prophets to be liars in the greatest and most significant of all matters, the belief in Allah and the last day. Therefore, the first group, the extremists, rule that the prophets are ignorant, while the second group ruled that they are deceptive liars. This is the belief of the people of Takyif concerning the belief in Allah and the last day. Pertaining to the concept of doing deeds, some of them claim there is truth to this concept and that every person is commanded to work good deeds. Others hold the concept of working deeds to be merely a make-up, symbolic approach that only the common people are commanded with, and not the higher, special class. They misinterpret the meaning of prayer, considering it to really mean the knowledge of hidden secret. Fasting is the concealing of the secret, and Hajj really means traveling to the scholars. And they similarly interpret the other religious tenets. This group consists of such deviants as the Ismailis, the Batiniyas, and others. The corruption and fraudulent beliefs of this group are known by the sense, the intellect, and the legislation, the witness, accountable signs that indicate the existence of Allah and the perfection of His characteristic. In everything there is a sign showing He is indeed one. Everything happens and all that, only the events in perfect harmony and order are not possibly coming about without a wise organizer and a planner that is capable of everything. All of the revelations comprising of the wisdom of Allah prove the belief of final last day. No one but a truly arrogant or insane person will deny this. Not a much need to refute the people of Takyif, as the version of most people and their reluctance to accept their beliefs are well known and obvious. To the people of Tawil, they are the speakers from the Jahmiyyah, the Mu'tazila, and those who follow them. The methodology is that whatever the Prophet ﷺ came with of text about Allah's attributes are metaphorical. The apparent meanings is not what is intended by them. Rather, other meanings that contradict the apparent ones are really the intent behind them. The Prophet ﷺ knew the hidden meanings that he left them for the people to decipher and discover by the intellect. They then try to interpret and reason out the text apparent meanings to be consistent with the actual meanings. The Prophet ﷺ reason behind this was to test the Prophet's people's mind. By this, they will gain many benefits by this experience, comparing the hidden meanings of the language and the strangeness of its speech. These are the most confused and contradictory of all because they have no real constant foothold or rule by which they can determine which text can possibly be interpreted or not, or any base rules to specify the intended meaning behind this text. Another point against them is that most of what they claim to be real, hidden meanings is known by the circumstances and context that they are not possible according to specific statements. They only show that they are in support of the Sunnah, disguising themselves as those who uphold and honor it. Nevertheless, Allah exposes their real identities by their refutation of their dubious beliefs and the falsification of their proofs. The Shaykh of Islam, Ibn Taymiyyah, and many others have confronted them, putting them more so than other groups because their deception of the people is more severe as they appear to be in support of the Sunnah.